Hello there, David Leadbetter here, and we're at our worldwide headquarters at Reunion, just outside of Orlando in Florida, for the GOLFZON Leadbetter Golf Academy. And I'm joined today by our Director of Performance, TA, Trevor Anderson, okay?
How are you
affectionately
doing, sir?
known as TA, right?
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
today, you're going to be a student, and we're going to talk about really, how we go about sort of helping players, trying to tie in not only the mechanics of the game, but also how, obviously, Trevor, you can see he's not lacking in a little muscle, and so he works all our. We have a big junior program, and he's really heads that up, and it's amazing how these kids now are sort of getting bigger and stronger and more flexible and with more speed. Power is a big thing in this day and age, but not only for junior golfers, but for just your regular golfer who maybe has aches and pains when they get up in the morning. They go out and play and they're not able to make a turn. And
right.
So we talk in terms of the fact is if we can have a body that allows us to do certain things with the swing and communicate the swing to them, right. But they have to have a body to be able to do that. Exactly. And so getting yourself a little fit for golf, and the byproduct being that, hey, you're going to feel better, and walking, etc. As we know, as we age, it's very important to sort of have a certain level of fitness.
That's right.
We're not asking you to run 10 miles and go to the gym for 2 hours a day, but right. Just little things. And certainly a lot of these little drills and exercises that we work on sort of border that sort of physiological aspect with the technical aspect. And so we see people's golf swings improve because they're able to do certain things now that they couldn't do previously. And I'm a big believer over the years of drills and exercises, and trying to sort of utilize the holistic approach to golf.
Right.
The holistic approach being obviously the technical side of things, as far as the swing is concerned, the physical side of things, the mental side of things.
Right.
Nutritional to some extent, mm-hmm. And so making sure you hydrate when you're playing and
right.
eat food on the golf course. Not necessarily just grab a hamburger after 9. And but it's an all-encompassing sport. So today, I mean, you're probably your typical your recreational player, should we call
yes.
it, or instructionally challenged. Okay, we may
that
call
too,
it that
for sure.
Okay, but. You're play off about 15?
Yeah, about a 15. And, my thing is one of my goals is I'd like to break 80. I think like so many golfers out there, I break 90 every day, and, I've shot 80 a couple of times, but not broken it. I've
right.
shot level on the 9 one time, but couldn't hold it together. And,
right.
So I know you've worked with some of the best players in the world on planet Earth, but you've also worked with people that are just fresh new beginners. But I think there are a lot of people out there like me who can actually play the game with some level of competency, but really have not spent enough time on the things that matter the most.
Right.
So I would love to have an opportunity to understand from the best golf instructor in the world, what I can do on a regular basis.
That, by the way.
But what can I do on a regular basis just to, to improve my game? Because I do want to play the game a lot better. I'd like to be a single-digit handicap one day,
right.
And definitely break 80 on a regular basis.
So TA, why don't you just go ahead and hit a few? Let me observe, okay? And we'll get a couple of numbers, and we'll get a little film, and let's have a look. Have a look what we've got to work with.
All
okay?
right.
All right.
This is a no judgment zone, right?
That's it. That's it. Just go ahead and relax there and hit it to the screen. Okay.
Went the right direction at least.
Oh yeah, go ahead, hit another one.
All right.
GOLFZON, obviously the leading simulator company in the world, and it's amazing. I mean, they've got this this GDR MAX. I mean, it's the latest in their technology, should we say? Which it's incredible for teaching.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you can play on it. You learn on it, and it's just amazing. I mean, how popular indoor golf,
right.
or screen golf, as they call it in Asia, is becoming, because
for sure.
It's becoming very realistic. And we see now with TGL,
mm-hmm.
what they're doing, and so it's a great way of sort of having one in your home if you can afford one, or just even going to a club, which GOLFZON have all
right.
over the place now, and. you can go in and work on your game, get lessons, and improve indoors.
Yeah, even for me as a fitness and performance coach, you know, I start to see opportunities to be able to help people get better. It's one thing to know what you're talking about, but something else to be able to show what you're talking about and allow it to be visual for the person that is you know, receiving the information. So
okay. So do you have any feelings about your swing right now? You're thinking a lot? Are you doing anything in particular? You have a key thought, you know, for this week?
Well, I know, because I spent so much time with you, I know what needs to happen. You know, I know where I should be and where I'm supposed to be, but I have some ingrained habits through being a baseball player and playing all these sports that I had to decide, do I want to, you know, try to change everything, or do I want to dance with the partner I brought? And I get caught somewhere in between. I know I'm a casty person. I know I'm a kind of a little bit one of these. I'm a little bit of a control freak flipper.
Yeah.
And so I'm working on that, and that affects my path and my playing and so forth.
Right. So I mean, commonly what happens on the golf course? I mean, do you miss the shot, in your opinion, more to the right, to the left, miss hits, or what do you
Well,
think?
if I'm just swinging properly, then my miss will be to the right. But when I'm trying to not miss to the right and I'm trying to work from the inside out, then I end up hitting the straight pull. So I'm kind of a two-way misser in that regard, and I'm trying to eliminate one of those sides.
All right, go ahead. Hit a couple more. Yeah, you've got nice flow in your swing. I think that's probably from all the other sports that you've played. Come on, hit one more there.
Okay.
Ready.
How about when you're playing, I mean, with your irons, do you have a solid divot normally? Is it or a little bit skinny?
It's a little bit skinny because I think I'm a kind of a scooper. So sometimes I do it right, and sometimes I just, you know, I don't. So a little skinny.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's bring our director of instruction in here, Robin Symes, and Robin's going to work the technology for us here. Okay, TA. Let's have a look at a couple of these numbers just to, you know, remember this is telling us the what. It's not telling us the why. Okay.
Of course.
We'll get into that. Okay. So we look essentially your tack angle, 4 degrees down, 4.3, which is that's decent. I mean, I'm sure you still take a divot at times. Sometimes your divot may be behind the ball, but let's not talk about that. Face angle, you got the face closed 3 degrees. We can see that. Okay. What's our path there?
We can bring up the data here.
There we go. Let's have a look at that. Okay.
Path, tack angle, face angle.
There you go.
For you.
Yeah, so we can see the path is left, okay, so minus means left, minus with that attack angle means down, so your face angle is also left, so a little bit of a pulley action going on there, okay, so ideally, what do we want to see? We probably want to see face angle, maybe a degree or so to the right, maybe the club path a little more to the right, okay, certainly than it is right now. So it just gives us an idea of what we're seeing. And the thing is, you can make adjustments. If you're a good athlete, you can make adjustments. If you're hitting every shot to the right, you're going to figure a way out, okay, hey, this is not going to the right, especially if you've got some sort of hazard on the right, okay, so you'll figure a way out. So it's just nice to have these numbers because then we can actually refer back to them at a later time. So, all right. So let's look at some video here now. All right, we've got those numbers. Thanks, Robin. As Robin was saying earlier, having watched you hit a couple, he said you're probably a really good bunker player. Because we try to do that. We try to get the face as open as possible. Because that it's a whole different. The bunker play is a whole different animal. I mean, it's like doesn't even resemble what you're trying to do in the normal swing. From the fact that you're not even trying to hit the ball, you're trying to hit the sand. But that's for another day. But we can see as we carry on you can see how the face is really, watch how it hangs at the top here. Have a look here. Okay, so pretty decent plane really for somebody of your height, and it does look like you've got sort of quite a bit of weight forward on your toes, but we can see that club face. Let's see, can we see it here? There we go, there. See how it hangs straight down?
Yes.
Ideally, that face should be, to some extent, if I can just have your club there, it should be sort of matching your forearm, okay? So yours is, I mean, very toe down,
Right,
okay?
right.
So you better flip it if you've got that toe like that,
Yeah.
okay? So
No choice.
in effect, you know, one of the ways you're going to get more consistent is by getting your club face squarer, okay? So it's more neutral. That way, when you'll see a big difference. I mean, and believe it or not, okay, although a lot of things look pretty good there, you know, where your left arm is, where your right elbow is, say maybe a little sort of leaning forward on the toes there, but not horrendous. But now let's see as we come down here, this is where we see, okay, watch this. So now we get this steep, here's this over the top move, okay? Okay, let's see here. Now look how open that face is. I mean, you've got to be a heck of an athlete to get that face squared off at impact, I'll tell you.
Thank you.
No, that's a backhanded compliment there to you. All right, let's see. Keep going there, Robin, if we could. All right, so still open. Wow, you can see how steep that is. If we stop there, you know, ideally, I mean, that shaft should be coming through maybe just above your elbow. You can see yours is coming through your neck almost, right?
Over my shoulder, yeah.
Yeah. So now as we keep going, so as we get to it here, so now this is where you're, okay, now, I mean, still way open at this point. So, you know, your path, I mean, I'm surprised it actually didn't indicate that it was actually more left than that, because it, you know, it is interesting. I mean, there's two numbers which are fairly similar in some respects, but it's path, okay, and swing direction. Swing direction is really, if you had a hula hoop, right? Okay, remember the swing is sort of we'll call it a circle on its side, like, okay, like a big wagon wheel on its side, okay? Your wagon wheel is like this, okay? We want it sort of this way. We want it angled, okay? Because pretty much matching your shaft at address. I mean, that's ideally, that's somewhat of an indicator there. Now we come down and see how open the face is, and you're already starting, you see on the left there, starting to release the club a little early. Okay, let's just keep going now, Robert, if we could. Okay, so there you go. Now, so essentially, that's why you feel really good with that ball back in your stance, because it's almost as if you've shortcut the fact that, okay, you're releasing it early, so it hasn't released quite as early with the ball back.
Right.
Okay, so probably your little punch shots, three-quarter shots are a lot better than anything else.
They're so good.
Yeah? How did I know that? Okay, so we can also see here that you sort of stood up a lot through the ball. We can see how you've sort of, your angles have sort of changed. I mean, you look really tall through the ball there. So it's like that's the effect. You know, we hear a lot about, it's termed these days early extension, okay? Or you know, in the old days, it was called loss of spine angle, okay? Basically, your spine angles change. So when you have this early extension here, okay, it's one way that you sort of somehow get the club back in position to hit it.
Right.
Literally, if you kept your spine angle, you didn't, you know, what we call hump the goat, right? Okay, it's like what would happen is that you literally miss the ball.
Yeah.
Okay, so your instincts are to go this way. That's your athleticism coming out. Okay, then as we go through to impact, and we could see, look how far your hands are behind the ball there. Okay, so you do a heck of a job actually even taking a divot from there. You know,
Right.
you probably feel better when it's on a tee on a par 3.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So as we go to the finish here, let's have a look. There's that sort of little flipperoo there.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Okay, so you can look at things. We can just go back once more to address there, if we could, Robert. We could look at, say, okay, as you go back here, let's have a look. I mean, and these, you know, hey, we may make a little change going forward, but let's see here. As we go back, swing it back here now, if we can see there's a little bending of the left arm. Let's have a look here as we go back. Okay, keep going. So, okay, it gets a little narrow as we go all the way back, and we'll go back to the top here. Okay, keep going.
And I know I'd like that club head to cover my hands on the way back, yes, and I know it's well behind it, so.
Yeah, well, we can see here, you can see it's as if, you know, you've got good rotation there. it's as if, I'd like to see you have a much more solid base here. And we can see, literally, there's a little bit of arm bending going on. So you've lost a little bit of width coming here, and then you regain your width as you come to impact.
Right.
Okay. So I would say, I mean, the biggest thing that stands out is the fact that your club face is way open. We've got to figure out a way to get your club face squarer. And I would say with somebody of your build, it'd be ideal for us to have more of a 3/4 length swing. Okay. I just think that your swing, it doesn't need to be that long. I mean, all you're doing is adding fuel to the fire by getting it longer. So so one of the ways that I sort of work, I sort of have an image in my mind of a model for somebody's swing. I didn't figure this out until a few years ago. So I sort of, when I say look into the future, okay, I sort of say, okay, how would I like to see TA swing the club? I like to see it a little shorter, a little more coil going back there, obviously more lag here, okay?
Mm-hmm. Right.
But the big thing, I mean, I can see in my mind's eye, that face needs to be square. I mean, that's beyond open, okay, where that club face is. So congratulations on hitting as number of good shots as you do, but there's no way you can be consistent like that. I mean, there are players that do have the face a little bit more open, but it's pretty common these days where players are almost like this and get the face, looking at the sky. You take a John Ram, I mean, it's like, and he's just using his strength through his body rotation. Ideally, I always like to say, look, the dog wags the tail. The fact is that the body needs to sort of be in control. But the problem is, with that open face, your hands and your arms are in control. So you've got three, when you look at the components of the swing, all right, you've got the way your body moves, okay, so we can easily work on that. I mean, in fact, you've done that. You were in my book, The A Swing, you're demonstrating some exercises, and there was some, essentially what the body was actually doing in the swing when we worked on. So you look good. You need to read it again there too. Okay. So all right. So there's what we call the pivot motion. Okay. So it's the way your trunk actually works. Right. Okay. So really, even extent of the trunk being from here to here, but we're talking about the knees and the feet. Okay. So having a wider base is going to help. Number one. The second big component in the swing is obviously what the club is doing, okay? So, the club itself, the hands, the wrists, and the arms, okay? And then really a big component, people don't realize this, but and not nearly enough importance is attached to it, the grip, okay? If you don't grip the club correctly, okay, and say, for some people, hey, I'm not saying there's one type of grip, but for many players, there is one type of grip that they want to get to a point where it allows you to get the face in the position that you want to. Your grip is a bit of an issue, and so it's amazing that people just bypass the grip thinking, okay, I just hold it here, maybe I interlock it, I overlap it. I mean, maybe some people even baseball it, which is fine. But essentially, particularly your lead hand, okay, for right-handers, it's their left hand, okay, getting that position on the club correctly. So I'm gonna show you something here. All right, TA, so a couple of things initially, okay, we're gonna get your posture sorted out, okay? Okay, so just take your setup, put a ball in front of you, okay, and we'll just look at that. I mean, not a big deal. So let's just get your feet a little wider, okay? If you get any narrower, you're gonna be standing like that. Okay, right, okay, gotcha. Get them wider, a little more, come on. That's it, 6'6", man. Now turn those toes out just a little bit there and pinch your knees in just a little. There we go. Okay, that's good. So that gives you a much more solid base. Okay, because we're going to do what we're going to do, okay, which is shorten the swing, make it a little more compact. This is going to help a lot. Okay, so take your address there. All right, here we go. I might just get you to sit just a hair more this way. Just sit your butt down a little bit there. There you go. That's it. There. Good. Perfect. Now address the ball. Good. So that should feel a little bit different there. Let me get your chin up just a touch. Okay. Do you know if you're right eye or left eye dominant?
I am right eye dominant.
Okay. So we're going to twist your head slightly this way. Okay. There we go. Good. That's it. That's it. So now your right eye is playing a little bigger role. Okay. Yes. Left eye dominant players like a Jack Nicklaus or Nick Faldo more that way. Right eye dominant players should be more that way. Okay. It's the thing that a lot of people don't realize. Okay. Now, As long as you don't hit it, you look great. Okay.
That's a start.
Now, let's have a look at this grip here. So when you, okay, if you hold the club up in the air like this, just hold it up. Okay, how many knuckles can you see in your left hand there at the top?
2.
About 2?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Okay, now, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to draw, and I say, this without doubt is the biggest single fault in golf. And it drives me crazy if I see anybody at our facilities around the world who has a bad grip, because good golf begins with a good grip. I love that statement from Ben Hogan. Okay, right. His good grip was different from other people's. In fact, his idea of a grip messed up a lot of people because people copied it, you know, because he was the greatest player at that time, greatest ball striker. And the biggest thing is, let's take your right hand off. You've got an interlocking grip, which is fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just move this side of you here. Okay, and people have heard this and they say, yeah. Okay, now open up your hand. Open up your hand. Okay, more. Okay, so I'm going to draw this. Okay. Many people actually, it's so severe that they actually wear a hole out in their glove at times. Okay, towards the heel pad here. Right. Okay, now, so what we're going to do, we're going to give you a little grip routine. And I love it because, you know, Scotty Scheffler, the #1 player in the world right now, you see him always putting his hands on with the club up in front of him here. I think where most people go wrong is trying to put their hands on the club when it's down on the ground. Instinctively, what it does, because if you look at that, it's pretty palmy, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, right. Now we're gonna hold that up in the air, okay, with your right hand, say 45 degrees. Okay, make sure the face is square. Okay, this is really important. It's like if there's any real mechanics going on initially, it's get your grip right and get your posture right. Okay. From there, you're going to see a big difference. So now we're going to bring this hand, not from there, okay? You're going to bring it from the target, okay, which is somewhere over there. Okay, so 90 goes on to 45, and we're going to put it just above the little finger there. Okay, now we're going to wrap that around. Okay, that's good. Now you've got thicker grips, which is great. Okay, now just you hang on a second here. Let me get my pen out. Okay, so here we go. So there. All right, so we're going to hold that up there. And you can probably see a little bit more of this knuckle in particular. True?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're going to try to also keep this thumb and forefinger linked together. Okay. Okay, that's a sort of bit of a power point there. Okay, you don't want your thumb separated there. Okay, now we're going to open this up. Open your hand up there very gradually, and open those last fingers too. Open it so I want to get in here. Okay, so I'm just going to draw a dotted line here now. There. Okay, so we can see how much lower it is, right?
Yeah.
Now that little distance there, that ½ inch or so, probably is what's costing you all your consistency and your ability to have the face square. I mean, it sounds crazy, but it's like, whoa, you know? So a big difference, huh?
Huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the big thing is you're going to see, okay, all right. So hold it up again at 45 degrees. Okay. So you want to do this every time. I'm telling you, put your hand down here, the right hand down there, a little low. Down here. Right. That's it. So, all right, now we're going to bring it from 90. 90 fits onto the 45, goes there. Okay, wrap it around. There you go. Okay. Now put your right hand on. Okay. Okay, we're not going to worry too much about your right hand at the moment because it's actually not too bad. I just want to see maybe this thumb fit in this little pocket here. Okay, right there. Okay, so it sounds funny. I honestly could write a book on the grip, literally on the grip. Sure. And slight variations depending on people's problems, but I can tell you in your case, this is going to make one heck of a difference. Okay, now put the club down behind the ball. Just okay. That feel a little different to you?
Much different.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting how the hands, you know, we get a lot of feel through your hands. Yeah. But now as we go back here, guess what? Now the club face, you can see the club face is very different proposition right there. It's square. Much. The problem is when you have it in the palm like this, the only way you get any motion is to roll it.
Roll it over.
So you roll it, you open it.
Gotcha.
Now from here, as we go up here, keep going. Okay, this wrist is going to feel a lot flatter to you, and we're going to feel a little more of a 3/4 length swing. Now, if we can Can you have a little look at the club face? Can you see it there?
Yes,
Look at the difference.
Oh, huge difference. Yeah.
But now, because the beauty of that is now as you start to move down from this more of a 3/4 length backswing, as you move here, now you can use your athleticism to a point where, okay, all of a sudden, you're actually using your body to get the club into the proper position coming into the ball.
Right.
Because that's exactly where you want to be there. So you want to get consistent, certainly with the irons, this shaft has to be leaning forward.
Right.
You can see where the shaft is leaning forward there, okay? Not backwards as yours is.
Right.
That's it, there we go. Now, with the driver, with the ball a little further forward, it won't be quite as far forward as that, but essentially, you want to feel that, hey, now all of a sudden the back of that left hand, which you think of that as being your club face here, okay?
Right, yeah.
But it's not this sort of look, right?
Right.
Okay, so here, I'm gonna give you a little something here that's going to help you. Okay, this is one of our training aids. Okay, give me the club.
All right.
Okay, just whip your glove off. Okay, so we've got a glove here which is already marked up. Ostensibly it's a training glove, but you can use it to play with it. It's perfectly legal. Okay, but it feels pretty good, this glove, this leather. Now, put that on there.
All right.
So this will remind you, because people just forget.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've given clinics for years. I get people come out to me all the time and say, remember that glove you drew those lines on for me? Because I've gone through 1,000 Sharpies in my career, I'm sure.
Right.
And so we thought, well, hey, getting back to the player, said, I've still got that glove, So it's like, but the thing is, having a glove like this reminds you, but you've still got to go through this little grip routine. So you hold it up at 45, that's it. Bring it from the target here. Just take a little time here. You can see you can set it right in the middle of the black markings there. There you go. Now, wrap it around. There you go. That's it. So that's that linked together. Okay, you see those two knuckles. Now, just get your interlocking grip. Get the thumb.
Are you okay with interlock? Do you like overlap?
No, that's fine. You know what? It doesn't
I
really
used
bother
to
me.
always overlap, but
It's one of those things. Comfort is a thing to a large extent, but I would honestly say that, hey, look, Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus were like this, and a lot of players still have the old overlap. Okay, one of the two. But fortunately, there's not as many grips, or the way you link your hands together as there are with putting. Okay? Putting would be here for an hour describing all the different, claws and pencils and goodness knows what. All right, so now here we go. So this is your deal. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to get a little wider. We're going to sit a little bit more here, so it feels a little bit more weight back on the heel. You pinch the knees, and you're going to work on, this face, what you feel is looking at the ball longer.
Okay.
You see that there? There we go. Good, now to the top. Okay. Do you feel a difference there?
I do.
So, listen, I honestly would like to see you have literally what we call a 3/4 length arm swing. It's going to really help you. And that face is like, I can't believe how different that is.
I can't even.
Now, initially, you may hit some real serious pull hooks. Why? Because you're still, probably still got a little bit of the old path in there.
Right.
But once you get this feeling, now we can start to think in terms of, okay, I'll keep coming now. Now look where the shaft is coming. Now it's coming more through your right elbow, right? Not through your neck.
My neck, yeah.
Right? Now you just turn your body through, and guess what? The rotation of your body is what puts that club into proper position. So all your flip, your open face, the steepness can be looked at from a standpoint, you've got one major problem, okay? It's cause and effect. And I see a lot of problems with teaching these days is that people are trying to fix the effect, okay? It's not just having good form, okay? We want good function, okay? So we want this, if we can get this club face right, and you're gonna have to do this on every single swing, whether you're on the range, whether you're in a simulator, whether you're out in the golf course, get this grip right. So let's have a couple of practice swings there now, okay? And let's do like a lot of the pros do today. Okay, swing it back here. Okay, watch here. Look where you can see where that is, and see that position there. We've got another little training aid which can help, because to me, if you get a good setup, right, and you get the link between the way your body's going to move and the way the club's going to swing through a good grip, you've hit a home run here.
Yeah.
Okay, right now from there, you're going to feel like it's going to feel really short to you. And to you, it feels like the club face is looking more at the sky. But you see how strong that left wrist is there?
Very solid.
Okay, so, all right, so let's do that again. Right, now we're just going to hit and this is the thing with this is you can actually practice just with a little, you don't have to hit a long club. You can just actually hit a pitching wedge and just really, you can start to feel that already, right?
Sure, I can.
Okay, no, grip. This is probably, this is the biggest thing. Okay, now make sure club from 90, that glove hand, right? Now wrap it around, okay? Make sure you see those knuckles here. There we go. Now, leave it there. Right, now put it down. That's it. Right, so let's make sure that let me just check the right hand again here. So pick it up. Okay, so that just a little bit too much on top there. Just slip that right in that pocket there. Okay,
there.
So this is more.
Oh, there.
There.
Oh,
There
got
you
it.
go.
Okay.
You see that there? That's it. Good.
All right.
Okay, so again now. So do the grip again. That's it. You cannot do this enough times. I'm telling you. Okay. You want to play better, more consistent golf. If you left here with one thing here today, get your posture better, get the grip right, and get the start of your swing right, which we'll show you outside in a little bit.
Process.
There we go. Yeah. Lovely. Oh, that's great. Look at you. Okay. Look like Scotty Scheffler there. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
With a more orthodox foot action.
Right, exactly.
Okay, feet a little wider, That's it, good. That's it. So, there you go. Good. All right, now just let's see you rehearse that first bit. So you're going to go work it back here to me. That's it. So you feel where the club face, look at the ball. See how the club head's outside your hand?
Yes.
Normally at this point, it's open and behind you.
Yeah.
Right? Now from there to the top, feeling the club face is pointing at the sky. And good. All right, now do that again. Right, this time we're going to hit it nice and easy. You don't have to try to hit it too hard. So get that first bit right. Show me. That's it. Right, now go ahead. Ooh.
That was solid.
That looked way different there.
It felt way different.
Way different.
Yes. It felt.
Will we have any numbers there, Robin, you think?
I often feel like I have
We see, it would just be interesting.
Yeah.
Actually, so what I'll do outside with the straightaway on, you can actually hit balls from here because you want to get there.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, because if you get there, it's like a domino effect.
Right.
Okay, if you get the right move here, then hey, the rest is easy. The thing is that's why, think how many guys today, tour players actually sort of rehearse that first move.
Yeah, I see it all the time. Wow.
Huh.
Holy cow.
Okay, so can we all right. So, well, we just brought these numbers up here, and we can see, what was that old path? I can't remember.
Minus 2, minus 5, and then
okay, so now just through changing your grip, okay, getting the face in a better position, everything I say, it's a chain reaction, okay, as I like to call it, the domino effect. But look at your path now. Your path is now incredible. 1 degree from in to out,
that's incredible.
okay, as opposed to 5 or whatever it was, out to in, right? Attack angle is still the same. Face to path is a little closed, so that's going to produce a nice little draw. It maybe overdrew that, but that's okay. Hey, you can handle that. But it's just quite a difference in a few minutes. Yeah. So you can see, as long as you get to the root cause of the problem, you can fix things.
Right.
You can't just say, hey, well, stop flipping.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Or try to get the club face, get your wrist bowed and get the club face more closed. Those are obvious things. Obviously, you can see the face is open.
Right.
Okay. But how do you fix it? And you go through this little program here and just say, hitting a lot of little half, 3/4 shots with wedges. Before you know it, you're such a good athlete. You work well. It's just like you're not bringing the athlete out in you because of the fact that the club is so out of position. You're having to sort of why am I flipping it? Why why do I look like I'm standing up on it? Why am I losing my width?
Yeah, and I feel like that too. And I often feel like when I get to a certain point, there's a point between here, through there, and back to there that I don't really know where the face is at.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And I try to save it and you know.
So that's quite a change in a, you know, in a
Huge difference.
I'm sure you're going to see the ball speed and distance go up without it hitting it hard. Without
yeah, I mean, hell, you're at miles, man.
Yeah.
You know, all of a sudden, I mean, because, you know, you're, what's his,
I brought up the dynamic reference. He's at 33 now, but you're doing a lot higher than that before.
Oh, yeah.
You know, 36, 37.
Yeah, so
going to kind of come down with every shot you hit.
Yeah, because, you know, all of a sudden now you're de-lofting the club instead of, you know, instead of you, the boop.
And it felt like one of the most solid shots overall that I've hit in a long time.
Well, you heard it. You could hear it.
I've hit some solid shots before, and I know what those feel like, and there are fewer of those than the alternative, you know.
Well, you know, the thing is, okay, I'll tell you. All right, there may be a little inconsistency with your driver, and I mean, but, you know, because of your strength, I mean, and the strength in your forearms, your upper torso, I mean, you're still going to give it a good whack, okay? Right. But, and you can spray it a little bit with the driver, okay? I mean, look, if you hit it 300 yards, 310 on the right edge of the fairway or the left edge of the fairway, unless you're playing, you know, some really tight golf course, you know, Hilton Head or something, then it's not going to be a big deal. But now you got a 9-iron in your hand, okay, and you got 155 yards, 160 yards or whatever, and you know you miss the green 20 yards to the left, or you hit it.
We can't have that.
50 feet, or you know, and the problem is not only that, but also, you know, the height of the shot, the amount of spin you put on it varies. So you know, there's no way to be consistent, and you got to remember, through the years, you know what the biggest common factor is with all the great players?
What's that?
They're great iron players.
Yeah.
Okay, great iron players. Imagine, I always say, if you had a hybrid golfer back in the day of Greg Norman and Nick Faldo, okay, Nick Faldo being an unbelievable iron player, Greg Norman being an unbelievable driver. Right. I mean, you know, maybe you have to have Ben Crenshaw putting, maybe, but I mean, the fact is, but I mean, imagine those two. I mean, it's like, because Greg Norman lost a lot of tournaments because of the fact that, you know, he, not only did he have you know, his iron play was not up to the standard of his driving.
His proximity to the hole was far away.
Yeah, I mean, well, he was, you know, trying to hit, you know, I always remember at Augusta, he had missed a, 4 or 5 iron on the last hole there, way to the right, on his approach shot when he was tied for the lead. But, you know, he basically went at an iron like he did with the driver. Now, the thing is, you know, it's like, you got to be able to, you know, control that. You know, you just, and you also put way too much spin on it because you went at it so hard. Anyway, that's a, you know, a whole nother story. But the point being is that, you know, good iron play really is a indicator of how well you're playing, how well you're swinging it.
Well, David, this is, I mean, obviously, if you do not have a systematic approach to improve, then it's just random, right? You know, it's like in my world, if I don't test somebody, if I don't screen somebody and I don't know what their body is capable of, then I'm just guessing when it gets out there. So when I want to deliver to you an athlete that can do everything you need them to be able to do, you know, it's a question mark for you as well. So the reason why we're able to work together right here is because I can understand what the body needs, you understand what the swing needs, and you and I both understand a bit of each other's, right? So, but no better way to understand it than to bring it together. And that was just so eye-opening for me. I'm very excited to get outside and see what it looks like, you know, off of grass and some wind and some sunshine. And is that something that we can do?
Absolutely. Let's head out there.
All right, let's do it.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Okay, TA, so let me just, I'm going to attach this little gizmo, okay? It's called the straightaway, which is really, I mean, it's amazing how it helps people to visualize and to get a feel for the takeaway, okay? So, and, you know, it's called the takeaway. I actually, a lot of times I'll call it the move away because you're moving your belly button to sort of get the thing moving, but it just clips on like this, you see, it fits on. Works for right-handers and left-handers. Flop it around for the lefties. Okay, now I'm just going to tighten these up here. There we go. It's a great little, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, we've got tour players using this. We've had so many requests for this. I mean, it's been unbelievable, the response to this, and we've always had trouble in trying to show people and get people to feel the takeaway, but this really does it for you. So what you do, okay, we just get this. That's it. So this is straight down. Okay. So this looks down.
Straight down the same as the grip line.
Same as the grip line. Okay. Now I'm just going to get one more club here for you.
Okay.
You can use an alignment stick. You can use a club. Okay, so now just let's get your grip here now. Show us. Okay. All right, wrap it around. That's it. Okay, make sure the thumb and forefinger together here. There you go. That distance. That's it. A little pocket there. Nice. Okay, now put it down. Okay, so we're going to go. Okay, we're going to go over this sort of first flag here. Okay, aim over this first flag. Okay, right in front of you here. So I'm just going to put this club down on your toe line. Okay, right on your toes. Okay.
Okay.
So that would be the target line here. So this is parallel to it. So you just put a alignment stick or a club, and this is the thing as you go back here. Watch here. You move it away, and just let your belly button just help you to start the movement. Okay. So it's not just doing it with your hands.
Right.
Okay. But if you look at this, okay, this yellow pointer here is now parallel to the club on the ground.
Yeah.
Now what yours would have looked like, okay, yours would have looked like that, which is so typical of millions of golfers. They roll it back inside,
right,
and then from there on, you know, it's like a tale of woe. Okay, so here we go. So as we saw on the simulator, we talk about the club face being what you feel is more closed at this point. But the big thing is the hands are inside the club head.
Right.
Your club head was behind your hands, right? So there we go, right? That's great. And the interesting thing is, as you move your belly button here, it feels like this is actually getting a little closer to you. So when you look down at this yellow pointer, it's slightly to the inside of that line.
Right.
Do you see that?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
so it's parallel, but it needs to be parallel. In fact, you can even hit balls. We get people to hit balls from here because I'm so emphatic on the fact that you have to get this takeaway right.
Yes.
Okay, now you've got the grip right, there's no reason why you can't. With that bag grip, naturally you're going to do this.
Right.
So we're going to have just a couple of practice swings without the ball. Okay, let me just move that away. And you're just going to have little half swings to start with. You've got a pitching wedge in your hand, so remember the posture. Okay, you've got wider stance, sitting down, get your head tilted just a touch. There we go. Now we're ready to go. Right, and move it away. Okay, essentially, this doesn't want to go past your right quad.
Okay.
Okay, so that the takeaway is a very short movement. Let's do it again. Like the butt end of the club, you know, doesn't move more than a foot. The club head moves about 3 feet. Okay, right. Let's do that again. Again, and check it. Right. Now from there, right, complete your backswing, just half a swing now and through. Okay, right. Let's do that again. So we're just going to hit a couple of shots. This is where the drills come in. The fact is, okay, yes, you've got a grip drill, okay, but you've also got a ball hitting drill, which means I want you to start from your takeaway, because if you don't get there, it is possible you still have the old movement here, okay? So what we want to do is make sure, absolutely certain, that you're in that right spot. And it's really intriguing to me how the modern waggle, where you see players are doing this. You know, one of my favorite swings on tour is Ludwig Aberg, right? A beautiful golf swing. And what he does that, he looks at it, goes back to the ball, and then boom. And you see a lot of players now, Nelly Corder, who went to our academy, and there's a lot of players now that sort of just rehearse that takeaway. Right. It's almost like that's the modern waggle.
Sure.
All right, so okay, let's see. Okay, oh, look at you, you're learning. You're getting that. Okay, wrap it around.
You can be taught.
Yeah, that's why, you know, practicing, you got to practice with a purpose.
Right.
Okay, you've got to get something out of it. You don't have to hit 1,000 balls in 30 minutes.
Right.
Okay, the goal is not to have 3 balls in there at one time. Okay, the goal is like, hey, every shot, make it, you know, have a purpose behind it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So let's see that first move there. All right, back, hold it there. That's it. Now carry on. Feel the face looking at the sky and go. Okay, right, so let's see. All right, well, we're taking some divots now, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, now, the nice thing about it, obviously, what do we want to do? We want to feel that you're actually sort of moving up to the ball, but don't worry about that. You might hit a couple of fat shots. This is like a domino effect. Get the grip and the posture right, get the start right, and then right. A lot of the other stuff you're going to figure out on your own.
Right,
okay.
right. That's
all right,
into
so
place.
you ready to hit one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is how you start. Start off with just the little pitching wedges. Okay, grip it down. That's it, 45. You got it there. Get that right hand. That's it. Around. That's it. Now, good posture. Okay. Address the ball. Get that club right up to your toes there. That's it. Move it right up to. So if you've got to move that away a little bit and splay your feet out just a little. Just turn your toe. There you go. Pinch the knees. All right. So let's get to that takeaway position. Check. You can even check it. Right. Okay. Look back at the ball. Okay. Do that again. Okay. Leave it there. Look back at the ball. Now look. Okay. Now go ahead. Carry on and hit it. Now this is, say, practicing with a purpose, wow. Okay? It'll be like, okay, hey, let's get to here. Obviously, ultimately, you're not going to start here.
Right.
Although I'll tell you a little secret, you know, we've sold thousands of these things, and there are a lot of people that are actually starting their swings from here. Why? Because they know that they can't mess up. They're
right.
in a perfect position. There's no reason why you can't start from there.
That's true.
I mean, you know,
true.
Ideally, yeah, obviously you start from here, but once you've got your setup right, you can just move it to there, look back at the ball, and then off you go and hit it, you know?
Because you started off the right way.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's do that again. That's really good.
It felt good.
But the straightaway really does help. So, you know, I love these little training aids that really give you a visual and a feel for what you're trying to do.
Yeah, it really is a good way to practice.
Right, so just make sure that's sort of up on your toes.
Okay.
Okay. Get your toes right on that. If you've got to move the ball out further, that's fine. There you go. Love it. Okay. See now, I mean, that you look so much more secure down there. Man, it probably feels very wide to you.
Yeah, a little wide.
Yeah, so the feelings are going to be different. Yeah, the old thing is, look, especially with your grip, if it feels good, check it.
Yeah, right.
Because it should feel uncomfortably good right now. Okay. So make sure that right hand is a little bit more. That's it. That's it. Don't get it too far on top there. There you go. Good. Now you see, now that grip looks great. I mean, that's good. All right, now let's just get to that takeaway spot. Okay, and again, and then one. Okay, all right.
Feels so much different. Like it feels like I'm actually making solid contact.
Yeah,
golf ball.
exactly. I mean, you're going to be amazed. I mean, look, then you can do little things like as you get here. Okay, come on, let's feel this movement here. Because the way your body moves, the club actually should want to get into this position.
It should want to, yeah.
Yeah, naturally. You know, I mean, it doesn't naturally want to do that. I mean, most players do because somehow they got the face open at some point, and they're trying to square the face off. That's the reason.
You told me something a long time ago, David, that you said, if I were to let the club go right here, which way would it want to fall?
Yeah.
It wants to fall that way. I've never forgotten about that.
Right.
So everything that makes it not fall that way means we had to manipulate it to make it go a different way.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's just do that. Let's do that again. This time, okay, just rehearse. So what I'd like you to do is get into a little routine where you at least do that, okay, get the feeling, okay, even if you look at it, it's fine. Then go back to the ball and then pass through that spot. Remember, we're hitting half shots right now, okay, because we're really trying to emphasize, say, this at the top where it's flat, okay, it's not cupped.
Got it.
And the club face hanging down, okay. Might be just a little too far away from the ball.
Yeah, I think it is.
Just bring it a little closer to you. There we go. That's it. Nice. So just rehearse it one time. Only as far as your thigh. Yeah, hands in, club out. Perfect. Oh. So different. I mean, you know, that really is remarkable, the difference in a short space of time.
Tremendous.
And you know, and you can really move on from here.
Yes.
It's like, and it's not that complicated. I mean, the thing is today, look, there's so much stuff out there. Do this, do that, do the other. And it drives sports psychologists mad because they're trying to get people to underthink, not overthink.
Right.
Okay, clear their head.
Yes.
So, but if you could, I mean, there is a certain amount of technique involved. Yeah. But if you could do something like this and work at this.
Sure.
And I mean, you know, you can do this indoors. You know, if you have a mirror, you can just stand there. You know, if you have a line on the carpet, okay, so you feel where your hands are, you feel where the club head is. Because remember, this circle. I mean, if you start, you know, if you're doing this, all of a sudden it's like, you know, it's a very inconsistent route to the top of your backswing. Now, you know, from here you lift it.
Yep.
And the lift combined with the grip is what keeps the club face so open.
Yeah, this just feels so different, but also I have an approach. I have a system. I have a thought that I can lean on. And, you know, we talk about swing thoughts all the time, but this is not even really a swing thought. This is a systematic approach. Like, I have something. I'm going to do step A, step B, step C.
Exactly.
Then I can have swing thoughts after that, but
yeah.
I can have all the swing thoughts I want. If I'm gripping the club like this, then it doesn't matter.
That's exactly right. So come on, I know it's a little early yet, but let's get the big boy out. Let's get the driver out.
All right.
Let's see. Might have to be sharp 4 at the end of the range here with you here, but
I don't know.
Let's go. But so just make a couple of rehearsals. You know, I'm a big believer, even at home, people can learn by this.
Sure.
From this, I should say. That, make a lot of practice swings. And you know the best way to make practice swings at home without a ball? With your eyes closed. And when your eyes are closed, guess what? You create a whole different sensation about what you're doing. Your mind is not so much on trying to hit the ball, as we spoke about earlier. Your mind is about swinging the club, imagining the ball going to the target, okay, which is what you want, okay? You really should, when you're over the ball, have this target clear in your mind. If you don't have it clear in your mind, and you've got all these things going on, I mean, how on earth? I mean, if you had throwing a simple movement like a dart, imagine all the things that people have go through their head and they freeze over it. I mean, how are you going to do that? I mean, what do those dart players do? They might have a beer in one hand, but I mean, they go, boop, I mean, it's a simpler movement, I understand, but still, the concept is the same. Clear your head of clutter, okay? Trust your technique, and off you go.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
so let's have a practice swing here now.
That's my thought. Also very similar with the takeaway. And
100%.
The same?
Yeah, the length of the club, the lie of the club will change things a little, certainly. But but we're going to have a slightly wider stance now. Okay, so
is that too far, or is that?
No, that's okay. Let's see here. You might be too far. So for the ball, Sorry. Okay, here we go. Let's see. So what I would do with you, okay, just for the sake of time, I'm going to cut it down, but what I would do with you is actually probably mark on a club, get a 7-iron, say, and just put, from the end of the grip, okay, say the width of your stance, okay, in other words, from, say, the inside toe to the inside toe here, okay, I would say, okay, there's your 7-iron, okay, maybe here's your driver, okay, here's your wedge. Okay, just so you've got an idea, just so you don't overdo it. Okay, but I mean, just getting standardized, getting consistent. That's the great thing about it. All right, so let's set up to the ball. Okay, with the good. Look at your grip here. You got a newfound routine here.
Yes, finally.
There we go. Right, your right hand's there. We go. Hold that there. Now just take your setup for me. All right, wider stance. Pinch the knees a little. That's it. Okay. So one little adjustment I like to make with players with the driver, okay, is to actually pop their left hip. No, pop it up in the air more. There you go. That's it. So what does that do? That tilts your spine. You see that there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now still get your chin pointing a little. There we go. Okay. That's it. See, that automatically sort of, because when you hit the ball with a driver, you do want to be behind it. Okay. So that left hip up there just tilts the spine a little bit. Okay. Yeah, you see the difference there? That's it. That's not so important with the irons. Okay, now just let's have a rehearsal swing to step back a little bit from there. You go. Right, same deal. Just get to your takeaway spot. So it's just by your right quad. Right, look back where the ball would be now. Now even here, okay. So it's hard to have a half swing with a driver, but you're going to feel it's going to be shorter. Keep going now. Feel the face. Feel the face. That's it. So hey, if you end up like that, my friend, you're in business.
Love it.
Okay, right, so there, right, complete your backswing. Right, and through. Right, just go ahead. Okay, so give it a rip from that position. Okay, so get to that position, stop, check. There, look back where a ball would be. No, keep the club there it is. There, look back where, okay, now complete your backswing and go. All right, let's see. So I'm going to ask you to hit one now, starting from there.
From here? Okay.
Yeah. You can do it.
You like where I am from the ball, or am I too far?
Too far.
A little bit more. Okay. I felt uncomfortably far away.
Yeah, you would. All right, so we're sort of going just left of this flag here, okay?
Okay.
How's the grip feeling?
Feels good. It's starting to feel already more comfortable. So.
Okay. Not too comfortable yet.
No, it's it doesn't feel as awkward.
Good. Yeah, that looks so different. Wow. Little tilt. Perfect. Right. So now just relax now. Just remember, keep those arms relaxed and let your belly button move it to that to that takeaway spot, right? It's not just you moving your hand. Right. Good. Right. Okay, do it again.
I felt a little high and inside off the face.
A little heely.
Yeah, a little bit heely.
Do it again. Yeah, so you actually hit down on that one a little bit there.
Did I?
Yeah, well, you can always tell that if you break a tee like that.
Yeah, okay.
That's it. So you want a little tip with the driver here?
Yeah.
Don't ground it. Hold it slightly off the ground.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll try that. I've never seen people do that, but I've never.
Just with the driver. It's just a nice way of getting you freed up. Yeah, see, now you get, I mean, I love the discipline. I mean, look, the people you work with, they have to have a discipline if they're going to get things right, okay? Because good form is what it's all about, right?
No doubt about it.
Okay,
it has
get
to
the
be.
ball a little further back a little further forward in the stance, excuse me. There we go. That's it. Bring your right foot just a little closer. No, just your right foot. There you go. Okay, sorry, just, narrow it, in other words. I'm saying narrow.
Oh, closer in.
Yeah, closer to the left foot.
Okay.
There you go, that's it. It was getting a little too wide there. Pinch the knees. Nice. Okay, left hip higher, good. Head position, hold it there. Just gonna tilt your head just a little bit more. That way, there you go, that's it. Good enough. Get that first movement, let's see. Boom, again. Ooh.
A little bit, almost.
Yeah.
I felt like I had a little bit of the.
Yeah, but listen, it's early days yet. I mean, look, if, normally I would say, hey, you keep the driver out of your hands for a week or two until you get this down,
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's see if you can hit one now. Just rehearsing it. Go back to the ball and then pass through that, but it's going to feel shorter.
Okay.
Okay, and the big thing for you, it feels like in doing this is moving, but the club face looks at the ball.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So just check your ball position. Yeah, it's a little more difficult doing that drill with a driver than it is with but it just gives you an idea that, pinch. All right, head position, let's see. Okay, hold it there, just tilt your chin a little towards the top. There you go, perfect. All right, now just feel that movement there. You move your belly button and check, that's it, good, good. Now go back to the ball, go ahead, feel it short.
Push that one.
That's okay. So we're not going to live and die on every shot there, but I mean, you're getting the idea here.
Yeah.
I mean, you get this right and you'll see a serious difference in your consistency. It's all about developing consistent patterns, doing it at the same time, same way each time. Boom, boom, boom. And it becomes repetition, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Repetition is the mother of knowledge. I can do one more.
All right, one more.
And then we'll, I think I have a good feel for it now.
Yeah. I think you're understanding. See, concept-wise, you're really clear.
Yeah.
Now it's a matter of putting it into a feel that you can actually hit balls with and ultimately play with.
Exactly.
Pinch. Okay. Just adjust the head just a little bit there. There you go. That's
it's too far.
Yeah, a little too far back. That's it. So the hands were just getting too far forward as a result. Just if anything with the driver, they want to be almost level.
Do you like where the ball's set up? Where do you like the ball set up on the club head? Heel, toe, middle?
Somewhere in the middle. I mean, ideally, I mean,
right.
For you, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to address it a little more on the heel because that actually promotes more of an inside-out path,
Okay.
All right, now just rehearse that one. Boom, boom, perfect, good. Now, come on, let's see. Okay.
Better.
Yeah, it's getting there. I mean, look, it's going to take you, you know, I mean, if you've got a little time to practice it, I mean, you've got to remember, I mean, all of a sudden you've got a longer club in your hand now. It's not a pitching wedge.
Right, exactly.
But the concept is the same throughout. You just alter the ball position, get your stance a little wider there. Okay, then the biggest thing is you're going to feel, if with anything with the driver, you're a little bit more behind it.
Yes.
Okay, instead of being that way.
Exactly. Let me do another one. You want to take it?
No, that's good.
All right.
That's good.
Well, I love it. Let's see if we can take this to the course and see how it sorts itself out.
All right, let's see. Okay, so remember it's early days, but let's go out and just see if we can give you a feel for the golf course, because I say that's the key. If we can give you a feel for the golf course as opposed to sort of practice tee thoughts, you know, separate those two. This is a whole different arena right here compared to walking over to the golf course there. So that's the thing people don't realize. You know, they go out there after a lesson and they've got their head full of stuff, and it's like, oh, get what we call paralysis through analysis. Right?
That's right.
So
I have plenty of that.
So just getting to a point where, hey, making lots of practice with getting that grip right, getting that posture right. I mean, those are the two things you can do on the golf course, because you know that's you're not hitting the ball at that point, right? You're just getting ready to hit it.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Let's do it.
Okay, TA. So here we are at Reunion Golf Club, and you know, playing is a little different from the practice tee. You get into a rhythm out there. So the big thing is here, if you want to work on your technique, do it before you walk into your routine. Okay, just feel it. In other words, you know, get your setup there, get your grip there, right, and then just feel this, feel the movement there, feel everything you're trying to feel. So you can get technical before you walk into it.
Right.
But when you start to walk into it, that's when your mind has got to be into the shot.
Yes, sir.
So I would say, you know, get your grip back there, and then just keep your hands on there. Okay, obviously you're going to have to tee it up first.
Yeah,
okay, tee it up, and then get into your routine.
All right, perfect.
Okay,
let's do it.
So that's a thing that players need to sort of think about. Say after they've been working on their swings or taking lessons, learn to sort of make the switch from being sort of practice tee oriented to golf course oriented.
Right.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, let's see. Well, you hit that pretty solid. Maybe a touch right of your target, but that was really pretty good.
Yeah.
Good swing.
It felt good. It felt solid off the face. So
yeah.
Must be doing something right.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.
Go hit an iron shot into the green. All right, let's put it all together now. Okay. You got the feel?
Sir.
You got the target in your mind?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so left half of the green. Well, closer.
Better.
Closer, yeah. Divot was straighter. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You're doing good. I mean, that's so just just gonna be patient with it. You know, it's not. Doesn't mean it's not working because it doesn't work the first shot. You know.
Now we just got to go up and down and make a putt.
If I was that good, man, I'd charge a lot. So TA, you're already seeing the benefits of this move.
Right.
Okay, you just flew the green here, so a lot more power than normal. And so,
definitely.
Because you struck it out of the middle of the club face.
Right.
Right. So you're going to have to allow for that now. Okay.
Yeah, of
so
course.
you'll be chipping back from all these all these greens. But anyway, the other thing is, which I always say, look, the more confidence and trust you have in your swing, okay, the more time you can then put into your short game.
That's true.
Okay, because you can't practice enough on and around the greens.
Right.
Okay, these guys spend hours doing it. You know, chipping, pitching, putting, bunker play. You know, and so this is really where the score is made.
Right.
I mean, so you're not going to hit every fairway and every green. So you've got to, you know, even the Tigers of this world, no? Not many of them, but
yeah, of course.
You know, I mean, he had a fantastic short game. You know, look at the Phil Mickelson. I mean, where he hit it.
Hit it wherever and then got up and down from everywhere.
Got up and down. Yeah. So the thing is that you know get confidence in this and work on your short game, because probably in the beginning when you're hitting a few iffy shots, you know, you're going to have to rely on your short game to score.
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see here.
Should I have the same thoughts with my wedges as far as the grip's concerned, or things start to change
as far as
a
the
little
grip
bit?
is concerned, yeah, but you may just want to just open the face and
Just
then
a bit.
take your grip. Okay, because it's a bit like a bunker shot. That's like this. Especially here, look, you want to flop it up your whole.
Right.
Your goal really, okay, if you look at this shot here, is that, look, you need to sort of, your first bounce needs to be on that fringe, in the middle of the fringe.
Right.
Okay, because it's like, you know, you obviously got to get over this initial bit, but the problem is if you pitch it too far up, you know, the green runs away from you. So it's a tricky shot.
Yeah.
But say, to add a little loft to it, plus the fact in Bermuda here, you don't want the club digging.
Right.
So just open it, just almost like a mini bunker shot. Just open it and then take the same grip.
You know, I know how to lay it off.
Yeah, right.
So.
Well, we don't want, let's not use that old swing.
Right.
That's it. So picture it, okay? Picture. This is something where you really want to see it. Whoa, that was so close. Another 3 feet you had it.
Yeah.
That was really good. I mean, it's a toughie, this one. I mean, this is where, when you look from a strategy standpoint, number one, especially with the pin being back here, you don't want to be over the green.
Right.
Okay, and you certainly don't want to be that far right of the green.
Right.
So, you know, sort of short left
Yeah.
is probably where you'll be aiming.
Right.
You know, I remember Brooks Koepka saying that in a US Open, he probably only goes for 5 flags. The rest of them is just like, hey, I'm going for the best, probably middle of the green for the most part.
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes you just don't take a flag on. It's
Right.
what they call a sucker pin, right?
Yeah, exactly. Especially in those major tournaments.
Your goal is to break 80 there, TA.
Yes, sir.
So you want to keep the doubles and the triples off your cards. You
Right.
can recover from a bogey. You know, you only got to make a birdie to match it. But keeping those high numbers off is what it's all about. So you've got to play smart. That's why strategy is all important. That's why having confidence in your swing is all important. So here, as I say, look, it's a very difficult shot. You've just got to make the best of it. The worst you want to walk off here is with a bogey, okay? So the problem is if you try to get too cute, you could leave it short, or you could pitch it too far and, you know, hit it 40 feet by, and so, you know, you bring double into play. So there, you know, here, you still got a chance of saving par, you know? A good putt makes up for a lot.
Yeah.
You know, here you got a downhiller. Where are you thinking of here?
I'm thinking about 6 inches outside right.
Okay. It's going to
Let
break.
it fall. Yeah.
It's going to break. I mean, obviously there's all sorts of analytical approaches now to putting with aim point and so on. But it looks like it's going to break that way and follow the terrain here. Okay. It's all about speed here, TA.
Yes, sir.
Interesting thing here too, you can always double check. It's the old way of doing it, but look how the hole's worn out here. You see?
Yes.
So that means everything's going that way.
The grass is growing that way, yeah. Grain.
Oh, good putt. Good putt.
Right idea.
Yeah. Okay, TA, so here we've just finished this hole, okay, so it gives you an idea of the playing aspect. And what's the takeaway from today? Well, the takeaway is the takeaway.
There's only one takeaway.
Using the straightaway. Right, okay. And that's really, really important, because if you get that first move right, to me, that's the worst move in golf. People, the first movement away from from the ball, where people do it with their hands and arms, and don't just get their core or their belly button moving. If you ask Ernie else how he starts his backswing, he'll tell you with his belly button. Okay, so it's a good way of thinking of the start, because it's like, as I like to say, the dog wags the tail. This is the dog, this is the tail. So hey, get that moving here. It's not just putting the club in position. So using that straight away really helps. Obviously, prior to that, we want to get your grip 100% right, going through that routine, using the glove. You've now got a training glove, which is great. You know, anybody can pick that up, and it's wonderful just to be able to make sure that you're in the right position. But you want to go through that routine, because it's still possible, if you grip it down here, as I said, that a lot of people do, to put it in the wrong spot. So it's not completely idiot-proof, although an idiot designed it. But anyway, but the fact is, you know, you hold it up, get that hand in position there, your lead hand, your left hand. Okay, get the right hand to match it. Okay, and then now you're in a position where, especially with a slightly better posture, okay, meaning having a slightly wider base, little sit down, head position. Okay, that's it. So that's the start. Then from here, the feeling is, hey, we're going to hit a lot of half shots to start with wedges. Okay, making sure the club face feels like it's looking at the ball. This wrist is going to be flatter, okay, at the top. The problem is when you rolled it, then you lifted it, and you got this cuppy look. Face was very open, then you had to somehow find a way to close it. Now, the club's in a position where, as you athletically move into the ball, which you will do, because that's the natural thing for you to do, you're going to find that club's going to shallow out, so you'll be able to hit this nice little draw. I mean, we saw those numbers on,
changed dramatically.
Yeah, on the GDR MAX. I mean, it was amazing how just 5 or 6 degrees. That's a lot in a short time. So, yeah, I mean, be patient with it, you know. And obviously, the longer clubs take a little bit more time to get used to, but you're on track.
And my thing is that I think in order to break 80, just as a teacher of other modalities, different sports and different activities as it relates to the physical body, you know, sometimes it's not about fixing something that's bad. It's about creating something new and letting that be your foundation. And if you don't have a systematic approach or a system that you can lean on to allows you to understand what to do every day to help yourself get better, you're kind of just lost. You know, you're out there just going for it and not really making any progress. It's
like doing the same things over and over. I mean, it could be like, in your case, giving somebody a stretching routine, okay, in order to make sure that, hey, that you're loose, you can move. And obviously we know that with the training program that you've got, a lot of people can get better in that department, but try to tie in your athletic skills, and a lot of people do have athletic skills. They played other sports pretty well growing up, and just golf befuddles them. You know? But if you can really simplify, get down to what's causing what, you know, remembering that a lot of things you see and even feel are the effect, not the cause. If you can fix that, there's absolutely no reason why, you know, you can set your goals higher. Say, I want to be a low handicap player, 5 or 6 handicap, you know, so not breaking 80 once, but breaking it regularly. Every day. So it's like, so I think you've got every opportunity of doing that.
Yeah, and for the Golf Athleticism program, it's a really good insight from the player's side. Golf Athleticism is truly bridging the gap between top level instruction to top level, you know, world-class physical training and instruction. But how do you take that to apply that to be able to actually play the game? So, you know, we're trying to apply that to the golfer. So putting myself in a position, every level, putting myself in a position of the golfer, it makes it very easy for me to understand what they're going through in these moments. You know, and I've often wanted to do that from your perspective, and I'm glad we finally got a chance to do this. I know everybody's going to get better as a result.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Enjoyed it.
Appreciate it. Likewise.